This is going to be Wing Gambit 8, another non-French style Wing Gambit where we're going to take advantage of the fact that the opponent is not really familiar with this opening. We're going to discuss that. We're going to play c4 early, not as early as the computer would like, and we're going to see if he takes en passant, giving us tempo. And we're going to, if possible, push d5 early wherever plausible, and delay. You're going to see that black's castling gets completely thwarted in this. And once again, this is a very interesting type of situation against a fairly highly rated opponent, and we're going to jump right onto it. We'll start the engine. Okay. d4, once again, the uncharacteristic move. We take, he takes. And knight to c6. Knight to c6 usually isn't the best move. c4 could have happened a little earlier than this, and now black should get an advantage. However, we gave black the opportunity to go wrong. He moved bishop to f5. Bishop to f5 is not the best place for a bishop, although according to the computer he has an advantage. So we'll see what happens when he takes en passant. Says he should go queen to a5. He retreats. And now he gets d5. So d5 is the kind of move that is the number 3 principle that we were looking at in our discussion of this opening earlier. And he needs to move knight to b8, which is about all he's got left. And now it says we should move queen to b3 pressuring, but many moves here work pretty well. The computer's recommending a6, which he played. Now it's recommending knight to d4, and as I recall, I spent a lot of time finding that move, and evidently it was the correct move. Computer wants him to protect it, destroying his own pawn structure. And now that Stockfish 8 wants it. This computer program wants him just to shift it back. However, he moved it to d7, which seems like a safe move, but now if you analyze the position, what does he have? He has a bishop sitting on d7 as his only development, and that's in exchange for a pawn. So he has kingside pieces which are a long way from being developed. And now we move bishop to f3, which interestingly is also the computer's number 1 move. Computer, for some amazing reason, wants him to move g5 here. And that's Stockfish 8's move too. So interesting. Those are things humans probably don't think of. So now it says that white has a winning advantage. As you see, not only are we fully developed, we have a complete pressure like on the open files and literally all the space. You know, it's hard to find a good move for black here. g5 is it. He makes the move, and the computer's recommending we just go to e5 with it. I went to d6, so obviously I'm only up 2 instead of 3. He pushes again, and now the computer wants me to go bishop to e5. So that's why I'm not as good as a computer. So now I've gone astray, but the computer now decides that my move's okay. He's forced to take pretty much, and now I'm just going to push. And he takes my bishop, which you can hardly blame him for, rather than moving queen to b6. And now, interestingly, rook takes check is the strongest move, but for some reason I played pawn takes, which gives him an opportunity here. Now, what kind of opportunity that is, I'm not quite sure. See, my theory on moving there is simply that he's never going to castle. I'm going to protect that pawn. It's going to be very hard to attack, and eventually I'm going to have an overwhelming advantage. So he makes the wrong queen move, and now it says that he needs to move his knight back to g8 to only be down 6. And at this point the game's over, so queen to b3, knight to b3. That's interesting that the queen to g5 forces the exchange of queens here, so he had a definite opportunity. Knight to e4 was the killer move. I absolutely did not play it, so I'm not that perfect a player. I saw an opportunity to You know, if you leave the computer on for a while, there's a good chance the computer will agree that this is also a very good move. So I'm up 1.5, which is not completely winning, but he makes the wrong queen move, so it is completely winning, and now the game's over. He resigns. So interesting how that happened against somebody rated this, and it was just another example of, once again, all the principles basically involved. Opening up the middle, although I closed it up prematurely myself at the end. I saw that